weekend? How was it?
Well, it's already Tuesday, so now I have to think back a few days.
Give me a little bit. Give me a little bit.
Work.
Oh, never
Discussion
mind.
boards.
Why I asked that?
Some downtime, I guess.
Downtime?
The sun was out, so that was
true.
cool. That was cool.
So that's uptime.
How was your weekend?
So yeah, them discussion boards. Yeah, it's that time in the semester. You know what I mean? I'm loving that, but I also achieved a little balance, which it has been kind of not customary lately because I feel like I've been really trying to stay in the school zone.
Halfway
But
through.
my friend had a 30th birthday, which was nice.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I have friends, and they have birthdays, and they invite me to
So you
that.
got a little reminder that you have friends?
A little reminder, because I feel like business school make you forget that some days. Um, let me just sip my water because now I'm like I can't even think about it. There's so many things ahead. It's only Tuesday. We getting through it though.
From your fake Stanley?
No, you know what? Let's talk about the fake Stanley. Let's talk about the fake Stanley. First of all,
Where's the logo?
and I'm glad that you asked because I actually got this from the lobby of the Feliciano School of Business, okay? Whatever tax office said, we got the real swag. And I'm like, yeah, because really, I would never pay $100 for a cup.
So it's giving free 99?
It's giving free 99, not even $2.99, not even Walmart bin. I'm talking like I took the chapstick, I took the other swag and then I doubled back like, can I have that? And now I'm here. And it's doing exactly what a Stanley does.
Where's the straw? No straw.
You should know. You have it. That, like, oh, fake Stanley, that kind of reminds me of like iPhone, Android kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like, or even like fake expensive designer stuff.
But it's all the same thing. People are just chasing the brand, the logo that comes with it. But you could get the same thing for $5 or free in your case. It's just the viral component that comes with the Stanleys that's currently taking place. But this has happened before with other water bottles.
I mean, first of all, the first water bottle situation was right after the river. Like, that's what I think. But if I think after that, and as far back as at least I can remember, like Nalgene was big. Nalgene was a big, I think, proponent of what now became the virality of the Stanley because, you have this big thing of water. It's reusable, so you can get your, like, I'm taking care of the planet, like, thing going, right?
It also fits in the cup holder in your cars. That was like a big thing.
That's true. And then they made the big ones that used to like, and then that's why they got the
That's
strap.
like kind of like the entire shape of it. So like the bottom is smaller, so it could fit in the cup holder, and then it kind of widens out.
What even is the size of a water bottle? Like a Poland Spring? What is that? 16 ounces?
I think 16.
So that's 2 8-ounce glasses of water.
The math is mathing.
That is a water bottle for ants. First of all, I'm constantly refilling those in this building. Like if I have one. That's the thing that I love about this the most. I'll be honest with you because it saves the trip back and forth. But like,
Does it spill? That's not tested.
Yeah, this one does. But I do like it because the feature, what I haven't seen Stanley do is one of these, like a little like, you could like cover it, right?
But it still spills.
And it's not leak proof. But neither is a Stanley, right? So.
Producer question. Are you going to throw away your cup if someone gifts you a Stanley?
You know what see.
But I think this is what comes into question.
Yeah.
Like the colors becomes like a thing to match with your outfits. It's an accessory type of thing. Have you seen all the little things where you can have the snack, the little charms? So it's becoming like the new iPhone type of thing.
It's looking like the dashboard of my car. Like it's getting there. It is worth thinking about. Like if somebody gave one to me, what would happen to this cup? I mean, first of all, like this is...
You have to switch it out now.
Maybe when one's in the dishwasher, but then how many days are we... Like when is the end?
There's 7 days out of the week, so I guess you need 7 of them.
But the collections just grow, it's like, I don't know.
I know the Starbucks and Target collection was really crazy. There was a line outside of the store. People were waiting through the night
That's right.
for these limited edition kind of Stanleys.
Pause. Are you sleeping outside for a brand new cup? Because
Not me.
I wonder what people are telling their jobs if they have one. Like, I'm not coming in tomorrow. Why? Like,
But
because
it's
I gotta.
also the demographic. If you see, it's a lot of young girls kind of carrying these 10-pound Stanleys with the charms and the snacks. You don't really see men carrying these Stanleys, and that's originally what it was made for.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
a
it was
fact.
kind of like that was the original demographic for, middle-aged men.
So you think there's an accessorial pull? Is that what I'm hearing? Like, kind of like bag, shoes, Stanley? Because that's what I'm getting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like interesting how the virality of it has catered to the younger demographic and how that's really playing a role into kind of switching the brand and what it represents over time.
I can't even really pinpoint when it became like
The thing.
yeah, like for women, because it was mostly like huntsmen and outdoorsmen that had Stanleys. I mean, this brand is over 100 years old. I mean, I think of like some guy in a hard hat, like up on some scaffolding, and he has his like little tin lunchbox and the Stanleys in there. Like that's what I think.
But I also remember you telling me briefly about how there were like these two influencers at the time that kind of helped bring Stanley into, like, I guess, into its name, recently,
I'm
and then
trying.
kind of it being like, oh, they're about to go out of business or something like that, and then this new model.
That's right. Okay, so you know what? It's good that I don't remember the influencers because they don't need to holler at me if you want a little shout out. But it's like essentially there was kind of like this special, you know. So they were doing this before it kind of picked up into this, we all got swept up in the craze. I can't not call it a craze because I really feel like it's like that. It's like a collective delusion.
The function is the
But
same as any other water bottle.
you know,
I like contigo.
siempre contigo, amor. Which is my favorite. But like, essentially, the girl or the woman got her special edition Stanley, whatever. And then because of the influential nature of her personality and her channel, she was saying, you don't want to miss out on these, like, and essentially alluded to it being a limited release and it not being basically something that was here today and gone tomorrow. And so began the craze that we understand now to be actually pretty deeply ingrained in culture because yes, for us it's a water bottle, but like I've heard people be like,
It's
this is
status.
so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, that's really the thing. It is a status symbol. First of all, you have to have disposable income or you got to save up for that, which is like even crazier, but it's like essentially she kind of painted this picture that essentially this product was here today and gone tomorrow. And then everybody went out and bought one for today, tomorrow, the next day, and the rest of the year. Like, it really just speaks to the level of like hyper consumerism that we're so used to. Even in a post-COVID world, which is so, because like honestly, where are the times where we were just staying inside and baking bread and like
No
not,
makeup.
no, you know what I'm saying? I mean, for some people there was hyper consumerism, but a lot of that was because,
But for what? The Zoom
well, we
call?
were hitting up Amazon because we couldn't leave our homes, but I feel like people were like, there was a point to that. Like you're getting your crafts, you're making your crafts. But right now, I mean, what is the use beyond every other thing in your house that can hold liquid?
And I also wonder, does Stanley feel like it's in their mission to reduce this overconsumption and have, say, like, buy what you need and then that's it? Like Patagonia has done that. And that's why they're a respected brand.
Yeah.
Not for just the profits, but really, what do we represent?
I'm going to take a second to Google him. The CEO of Patagonia recently retired, and he put all of his
I heard this story.
every crumb of equity he left and put back into the company, so that he essentially put 100% of everything he made there to help support that mission, to support that mission of like we are very steadfast in keeping this company as one that is essentially green, that is essentially eco-friendly, And I don't know if you know too, they also had a jacket that they put out that was like for life, and when it was done, you could like recycle it through them.
They have a really good return policy, and
Patagonia founder Yvon Chouinard and his family made a 10-figure fortune from his outdoor outfitter empire. They relinquished the ownership of the 49-year-old company and transferred it to trusts and nonprofit organizations, which, helps their pledge of essentially being a forever, how you say, like, not a partner, but like a contributor, a facilitator of any efforts that need to be made to combat climate change. And so that's the part that, like, actually I really want to focus on. Do you think that there is a responsibility with Stanley? Like, I mean, they've made their mission very clear. Anybody can go to their website and read their sustainability policy and their mission statement.
so I think there's somewhat two sides to that coin. So you have the shareholders that you try to please and you make decisions that are going to be somewhat profitable for the company. And then you also have the consumer base that you're trying to cater in a different way, more or less. So I think from the consumer standpoint, they don't really have this need, but there are people that have a growing concern for the planet and only want to support businesses that stand by that mission. In general, if you have a sustainability pledge, I feel like the actions that the company does should support that. So I think just generally saying this is a viral product, but be mindful of how much you're consuming should also kind of be in there as well. If that makes sense.
I'm going to hit you with something. So, from kind of marketing, communications, media people, how do you think, like from one to another, how do you think using our kind of field, like how do you think that would look like? Because I feel like at this point they need to just come and do like a whole PSA, like, listen, but are they really going to do that,
I just think also sustainability sounds great, and people love the idea of supporting brands that back that up. But when it comes down to it, they don't really support, their dollars don't support that. So when Stanley does take a stand, if they do, about sustainability, products are going to be more expensive. Are people willing to pay that price for sustainability? I don't know. And they have the platforms to market, whatever they choose.
I need these consumers to take a stand. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. And that's exactly what I mean by all of that. It's like, I don't know how much, I don't even know where I stand really, because I feel like people that consume these products, they know what the thing is. They know it's a reusable cup. Y'all don't need all that, but it's just, I guess, that human desire to like keep up. And
it's also interesting that you mentioned that we recently just did a little TikTok, Instagram video asking students if they think their Stanleys are worth the hype. And a lot of them that had them were like, no, not really.
Yeah.
And one was gifted the Stanley and was like, yeah, it's whatever, I have it. But would I spend my own money on it is a little bit of a different story. So I think it was also the Christmas, birthday, holiday situation that just further intense the viral component of it, that people were gifting them as, a gift, a present, type of thing.
But I did find it fascinating that even though it was a gift to her, that she was still indifferent. You know what I mean? Because it, like, of course she was grateful, and I remember her kind of mentioning that, like, oh, I'm not saying like I don't love it, but at the end of the day, it's just another water bottle. Like, and that echoed the sentiments of a lot of, I mean, I think pretty much everyone. I mean, I think what people love is that it's making hydration more convenient, because I feel like over the past 15 years, it's been really popular and cool to be hydrated. Like,
and now if I don't have my water bottle on me, I'm like, I'm dehydrated.
Yeah, no,
I
I
haven't
feel
drank
that.
water in an hour.
I feel that. It was definitely born of drink water and mind your business. Remember that? Remember that? Yeah, that's where that came from, I think. I sincerely find that this particular trend is such a unique mix of like hyper-consumerism, the status symbol element. It's like, and then the demographics too, because okay, women, right? But who are those women? They're young women in school. it's a lot of nurses, which I love. Like
I just
actually,
can't imagine carrying that all day. I feel like that's a mini workout.
I
But
I don't know if I was a nurse, I would do it either. And this is not a critique, but like it's actually part of why I gave my straw
does that one
away.
have the handle?
What
Oh,
the?
yep,
Oh
it
yeah.
does.
But the thing is, I need like a, you know what? I was gonna say an idea for a design for a
Keep
Stanley.
it.
Exactly. I'm gonna have to just
Your time will come. There's a
my
rotation.
time will come. My time will come because the next new water bottle is always coming.
Yeah.
I mean, we even have I mean, at this point, I'm about to just fill up a Camelback when I come to school and just have the little, like at this point, because seriously. But the handle is actually something I do want to get into because I think that this is actually one of the reasons that people love it, the design. The Nalgene didn't have a handle. It had just that loop when it got like really popular because then you could put it like on your backpack strap or whatever.
But then you can't put it, it's inconvenient to put it in your purse. You can't put it in
Oh, you're
the
not
side
wrong.
of your book bag. So then it's like you're literally having to carry it in your hands. And then you only have one free hand.
But maybe that works because I've even said this out loud. If I don't see my water, sometimes I forget to drink it. So it's like, if it's just right there, like, hey girl, drink me, like, or you're holding it all day, then it's like, yeah.
Might as well lighten it up.
Excuse me, I just need to take a little water break. But why do it
Does
taste
it
better
taste
in
better?
there? Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
how did I know?
Because you can feel it, and
But I wonder if it tastes better because it's free or it would taste better because it's $40.
oh, both,
And you're
both,
trying to get
both,
your money's
both,
worth.
both. I mean, both. I mean, there's no way. I mean, first of all, if it's for free, it's for me. And also, I just feel like for the same reasons that most people, especially students, that could probably spend their money on other things.
That's a couple
It's
lunches.
uh, okay, or one big one if you're stressed out. But it's like
That's funny.
I just feel like I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. This kind of did something for me. Like it did. Like I
How
wouldn't
many
have bought
weeks
it.
has it been that your life has been
It's been a
changed?
few weeks. We're doing good. And it's funny because I actually, we recently had the career fair and this particular tax firm was there and I walked by and the woman recognized me. She's like, oh, da, da, da. I'm like, I was just gonna come over and like say, hey, whatever. Just so you know, I've been enjoying my cup very much. And of course she laughed because I'm like, but really, like this is
Have you checked if this one's lead free?
no lead core, I'll tell you that much. Well, the bottom is flat. So
Is that the deciding factor?
I think so because I think there might be like a reservoir here because it's like a thing that can come out. We're gonna have
But
to
is
do a
it
little.
exactly contaminating the water?
No, even the whole lead craze with Stanley, the lead is not actually touching anything that you ingest. And that's honestly another funny part that speaks to the virality of it because I feel like can anyone think for themselves? Like literally the lead part is not touching it, but now people are throwing their Stanleys away. So now you're throwing away your 45 Stanleys. A moment of silence. Because
And they're
You
just
know?
getting sued.
a Stanley is getting sued?
Yeah, because of the lead.
Okay, let's get into that.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
But I don't know any further information.
I swear. This
Phil told me on the way over here.
Oh my gosh. No, we need yeah. No, but see, here's the thing. What is the basis of the case?
The lead,
But what? Because it's just there?
probably. Money's money.
All right. Like, just tell me this, like, for real, because I know that you evaluate trends often. And I mean, first of all, it's a pleasure working with you, putting
You
together
as well.
all these campaigns. So as the people we are, we're master's students. I mean, I have concentrations one of my concentrations in digital marketing. Your background and everything you've done extensively in marketing and being in the marketing department, evaluating these trends, making this work with, together with the department and for the whole school. I'm curious, what do you think the next trend is going to be, like in terms of water? I mean, because the fact that water, because let's talk about the real star. The real star is water, right? Like we're centering the whole story, even though some people don't be having water in their Stanleys, but we're not going to talk
That's a
about
different
that.
story.
What? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Just do you have any insights on that? Like where we might be going with it? Like
I think eventually people are just going to be walking around with IV
just literally,
attached to their veins, and that's it.
literally. I've transcended water. I'm just gonna be like basically like osmosis. Like I'm just gonna like get it from the
The source.
yeah, just like just walking around with like
It's kind of like the same thing.
the IV tree.
Can't tell the difference.
I can't. I cannot. Well, I was going to talk about the economic state of the nation, but you wanted to talk about fake Stanley. So
I think this is a little bit more interesting. I don't know.
we do it for the people. Yes, yes, yes.
You can follow the human side of business
And check out any other content that we've mentioned today.
at Montclair_Feliciano.